Roger, you consider this as your best Byrds. Why?
I think because the musicianship is really high quality. All the people in it were studio musicians before they were in the Byrds, and that makes a difference, you know.
You played before they were Byrds. You played with them?
Well, Clarence has been with us for a number of albums before he was actually in the group. He used to sit in on our record sessions for about 3 albums before he joined us, which was 2 years ago he joined us. So he's been with us actually for about 3.5 years.
You've played with ghost musicians on albums, or you didn't?
Just once. Just the very first song, Tambourine Man, Mr. Tambourine Man. Aside from that, it was always the Byrds. Well, with background, we had backup musicians, but not, not doing our thing for us. We were doing our own thing, and they were filling in, you know.
Are they famous now in their own right, or still studio musicians?
A few of them are. Leon Russell was one of them on Tambourine Man, and he's famous now in his own right. Hal Blaine is famous as a studio musician. He was on it, and the others, Larry Knechtel is still a studio musician. He's very good. And he was
Leon Russell, and what album was he?
He was on the first album, Mr. Tambourine Man, and he was on the first song and the flip side of it, when it was a single. I Knew I'd Want You. He's on those 2 songs, Mr. Tambourine Man and I Knew I'd Want You.
There was the story that you were influenced by the film A Hard Day's Night. Is that true?
Well, we went to see it after we were already a band when we went to see it, you know. I mean, it probably gave us a way of life, you know, although it wasn't the real way of life that the Beatles had at the time. It gave us an impression, as it did everyone else, you know, what that sort of thing is. Then we found out later when we got into it that it wasn't like that, you know.
What is your new record? Your newest record is Byrds Maniacs. Byrds Maniacs. How is the sound? Is it different from the Byrds Untitled?
Yeah, it's got more variety in it, you know. It's more fully rounded, you know. It's got a little country, a little rock and roll, a little soft ballad, you know, music, just different things than we've done before.
Has Clarence such an influence, because he came from the bluegrass scene and the Kentucky Cardinals? Has he a big influence in the Byrds?
His guitar playing is always very country oriented. Not always. Sometimes he goes into blues, you know, plays a little blues for a while, and then go back to country, you know. But as far as his bluegrass background, he doesn't play that much bluegrass on the guitar. It's in there, you know, but more like steel guitar is what he does, you know.
Have you any explanation why country and western is so popular in Europe? Because it's not their music.
I think it's because it's not their music. It's exotic, you know. It's like the Mersey beat when it first came out was exotic, you know, to everyone who didn't live, you know, by the Mersey River.